Hi there. It is time for me to dye my roots. So, anyway, just ignore the roots. Whew. Okay, I've been on a motherfucking journey, and I think a lot of us have been, and I'm ready to start to talk about it. And the interesting part is, I feel like I've been talking about my journey for so many years, but when I was talking about my journey, I was talking from this place of pain. So much fucking pain and so much trauma and so much healing that I had to go through. And I feel like the word mastered is showing up in my mind, and I do not believe I'm a master of anything. No, that's not true. What I've mastered is, yeah, I'm going to say that I've mastered it. Because what I have done is really been able to find mental, emotional, and spiritual stability through some motherfucking shit shows. I was diagnosed with 6 cancers in 6 years. I had 19 rounds of chemo, multiple surgeries, including a double mastectomy, 20 rounds of radiation, lost everything financially. And then when I started to feel better, my mom died suddenly. And then I had, I'm a single mom. Like I said, lost everything financially, was diagnosed with severe depression and severe anxiety once again after my first cancer journey. And, dealing with parenting issues, parenting teenagers on my own through these last few years. So I'm not here to share a pity story, because it's not a pity story. It's actually a story that's very fucking empowering and inspiring, because what I chose to do through it was to face my fears, was to face the challenges, was to learn and practice expressing my anger, leaning into my sadness, surrendering to what is. And so I guess I can say that what I've mastered is finding that emotional, mental, and spiritual stability no matter what was happening in my life. No matter what was happening in my life, I've always found a place where I look back and I'm like, I get it. I get why that had to happen, because me suffering and struggling meant I became stronger. I became more humble. I became more grateful. I became more loving. I became more accepting. And so when I say I'm a master, I don't know, I don't really even like that, but it sounded fun in the moment. There are always new levels that we get to reach. We can always become happier. We can always become more grateful. We can always become more humble, but also more spiritually empowered. And that's what I'm really, really good at. That's what I become really, really good at. And so what I'm doing now is shifting the work that I used to do as an intuitive healer, which was very much focused on people's physical healing. I have witnessed miracle after miracle after miracle in my years of practicing as an intuitive healer. And it was always really incredible. But it's kind of like been there, done that. My dog is barking at the birds. Chip, shh. Poor little guy. There's birds on the other side of the fence, and he really desperately wants to get to them. So what I'm recognizing is I am starting fresh. And what the world teaches us is to, like, I've never taken marketing or advertising classes, but I've I've started a business, and I've been with other people that have started businesses. Anyway, I've heard enough conversations to know that there's this train of thinking where we're supposed to pretend everything's going well, and that we have hundreds of clients when we don't, and that we've made hundreds of thousands of dollars when we haven't, that we really know what we're doing, we've got our shit together, and we are a master. That's why after I said it, I'm like, I don't like that. But that's what we're taught. We're taught to, inflate the awards that we've won, and basically hide behind the things that make us look good. And what I'm here to do is everything but that. I'm here to say, hey, I haven't had a client in fucking months. That's not true. I had one client a couple weeks ago. I've set up Zoom calls, and nobody yet, other than one of my friends, has signed up. I have been wanting to hold workshops, and nobody registers. And I used to talk about this, like I used to get really sad. Nobody cares what I'm doing. Nobody's interested in my work. Nobody wants to heal their lives. Nobody wants to get better. Nobody wants to master their emotions and their mental and emotional and spiritual well-being as they're moving through challenges. People don't want what I have to offer. And what I realize now is, of course nobody knew what I was offering, because I never talked about it. I never talked about it. I wasn't actually sure what it was I want to do differently than what I did before. Like I said, my work was very much based on physical healing. And now I want to work with people to help them, like I said, master their emotion. No, not master. What word did I use? I don't know what word I used. But I want people to find emotional and experience and practice emotional, mental, and spiritual stability through everything that they're going through. But I didn't even know that until a couple minutes ago. I knew it, but I didn't know how to word it. And I've been doing this work for years on myself, and working through different energy centers, different ways of thinking, different ways of being, different levels of consciousness, and experiencing this ability to stay in my heart, to experience peace, to find joy, no matter what the fuck was going on in my life, to be grateful for the challenges even, to remain humble or to become humble. That's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to start talking from this place, not from somebody who's like, rah, you need my business, you need what I have, I'm so successful. No, I'm just fucking starting out. I'm just literally figuring out what it is I want to do with people and how I want to work with clients and how I want to hold these healing circles. I'm just figuring it out, and so I'm going to talk about it honestly. I'm so fucking tired of people that are hiding behind, like I said, their awards and money and success and things that aren't necessarily even true. I'm here to just say, fuck, what I'm doing is amazing. And I'm going to have clients because I believe in myself. I don't have to inflate the numbers on anything, because who I've become is really a grounded, wonderful person who doesn't even want to say that I'm a master at anything. I'm just learning how to love life no matter what life hands me. We're not here to create anything different. We're not here to manifest. We're not here to set goals. We're not here to hustle. We're here to just fucking enjoy what life shows us.